Ha guys, let's get more news about Warriors, but first don't forget to subscribe and leave your like. Sometimes the ability to lose games is the most valuable trade return after an off-season that drastically changed the future of the Brooklyn Nets. The expectation was to return to relevance in 2025. However, after a 9-1 start to the regular season, including a 3-game winning streak over Sacramento, Golden State and Phoenix all on the road, the Nets looked closer to a play-in team than a lottery team, all coming in the first year of the Jordi Fernandez era. Brooklyn was in a prime position to develop their young talent and build a winning culture while increasing the value of their veterans ahead of the trade deadline. But after losing Cam Thomas 3 to 4 weeks and loss in 4 of their last 5 games, the writing was on the wall that the Nets may not be playing meaningful basketball down the stretch. The writing on the walls became reality in an instant as general manager Sean Marks took to the trade market to begin shipping their veteran talent. This came in the form of Dennis Schroder and a 2025 second-round pick. Schroder has been a key contributor for the Nets since joining the team last season, averaging 18.4 points per game on 39% shooting from deep, 6.6 assists and 1.1 steals a night. The Germany native will be a welcome addition to the Warriors, who are in need of scoring depth in their backcourt. So far this season, the Warriors have utilized Andrew Wiggins as their shooting guard, but it has basically been Steph Curry and 4 bigs starting for Golden State. The Warriors replaced Curry's longtime partner Klay Thompson with Buddy Hield this offseason, which is as difficult a task as it sounds. While Hield has always been a capable scorer since college, his consistency on a night-to-night basis has been his Achilles heel. Despite averaging 14.5 points a night on a .600 effective field goal percentage, Hield has more games shooting below 37.5% from the floor 8 than he is shooting over 50% 7. Outside of Hield's second-year man, Brandon Podolsky would be the third backup option who has struggled in his increased role in year 2, specifically in an ability to score efficiently. Anthony Melton was a solid scoring threat early this season, averaging 10.3 points per game on a .528 effective field goal percentage before suffering a season-ending injury earlier this year. Regardless of Melton's hypothetical development, if he were not to get hurt, the chance to upgrade with Schroder's offensive abilities is a decision any general manager would make. Warriors still have one key area they must address after Schroder trade. The Golden State Warriors have officially moved to address some of their biggest issues, with Dennis Schroder sure to bring a spark to an offense that's been one of the worst in the league over the past few weeks. Schroder is likely to start in the backcourt to relieve some of the burden on Stephen Curry, while also addressing the need for a backup point guard after Brandon Podolsky couldn't deliver in the role to start there season. The veteran guard may address Golden State's backcourt concern, but the franchise still has one major question mark surrounding their front court, and in particularly a center spot that's been filled with uncertainty over recent games. The Warriors may envision a closing lineup of Schroder, Curry, Andrew Wiggins, Jonathan Kuminga and Draymond Green, yet the idea of the latter starting games at center is one that's still hard to wrestle with. Green has started the last 2 games at the 5 alongside Kuminga, having taken over from Kevin Looney, who had previously displaced Tracy Jackson-Davis. Hold on the center position. Golden State hold a 6.2 net rating in the 223 minutes where Green and Kuminga have shared the floor, but asking the 34-year-old to play heavy minutes at center is likely to take its physical toll. Do the Warriors go back to the reliable Looney, who's had a strong bounce-back season? Doing so would harm spacing within the starting lineup, with Schroder having a great year shooting the ball but not a quick trigger spot-up guy like Buddy Hield is. How about Jackson Davis? The second-year big man could actually benefit from playing alongside Schroder, who's likely to now be Golden State's best lob passer, but that may be better utilized in the second unit, where Kerr may lean more into pick and roll with the German guard in charge. The center conundrum only intensifies belief that the Warriors will make another move before the February 6th trade deadline. There's limitations to each of the options the franchise currently currently has, meaning that scouring the trade market may be their best option in trying to find certainty at the position. Chicago big man Vic may be the most high-profile option that's been linked to the Warriors, with the Bulls reportedly seeking a first-round pick. According to NBA insiders Mark Stein and Jake Fizer, Vic has averaged 21 points, 9.8 rebounds and 3.2 assists this season on impressive 5,847-85 shooting splits, with the 2x All-Star making $20 million this season. Warriors cited as potential suitor for $160 million forward. The Golden State Warriors are still in need of some additional firepower to ease Stephen Curry's workload. Steve C's team has hit a rough patch, and their inconsistent fourth-quarter production has become a serious concern. As such, Mike Dunleavy Jr. is expected to be active ahead of the February 6 trade deadline. According to Bleacher Report's Greg Schwartz, Jeremy Grant could emerge as a potential trade target. The 30-year-old forward is in the second year of a 5-year $160 million deal that sees him earn an average salary of $32 million if blockbuster trades for James or Butler fall short. Grant is still a strong option. Schwartz wrote the 30-year-old forward is averaging 16.1 points on 38.4% shooting from three this season. Grant would provide a significant scoring boost off the bench. In 24 games this season he's averaging 16.1 points, 3.6 rebounds and 2.3 assists. However, his efficiency is a concern, knocking down 39% from the field and 38.4% from three-point range. While Grant isn't the type of all-star talent the Warriors are searching for, he would be a reliable addition to Kerr rotation. His three-level scoring and physicality would add a new dimension to a roster that desperately needs some additional veteran know-how. On Saturday, December 14, the Warriors struck a deal to bring Dennis Schroder to the Bay Area. The trade saw to Anthony Melton, Rez Beekman and 2 future second-round draft picks heading to the Brooklyn Nets. As part of the deal, Schroder, 31, was having an impressive season for the Eastern Conference strugglers. Nevertheless, the addition of a veteran ball handler should help ease the Warriors' fourth-quarter struggles. Schroder ranked second on Brooklyn's roster for fourth-quarter scoring, averaging 4.8 points per game. He also led the Nets in fourth-quarter playmaking, dropping 1.6 times in the final 12 minutes of games. While it's still unclear whether Schroder will be part of the starting unit or come off the bench, there's no denying he could have a big impact on Kerr's team. His ability to create for himself and others should ease the pressure on Curry, especially in clutch time. While Dunleavy Jr.'s addition of Schroder is a shrewd move, the Warriors reportedly considered a bigger deal with the Nets. According to Jake Fizer, who wrote in the Stinline newsletter, the Warriors toyed with the idea of adding Cam Thomas to the trade. However, as Fizer noted, adding Thomas would likely have meant parting ways with Jonathan Kuminga to acquire both Schroder and Cam Johnson from the Nets, as league sources say was also weighed by the Warriors. Almost certainly would have required them to surrender Jonathan Kuminga. Fisher reported it makes more sense for Golden State to give it more time before going to such lengths to see how Kuminga continues to handle the role that the Warriors have gradually been expanding, and b, whether saving Kuminga for down the road trade talks can help them land a true all-star caliber sidekick for Stephen Curry. After the Warriors' unsuccessful off-season trade pursuits of Paul George and Lauri Markkanen and you fan, what do you think of the situation of Jeremy Grant? Leave your opinion in the comments.